This week on Cafe Racer, a Vincent restoration ace makes historians cringe by building a cafe racer from one of these rare beauties. And a father and son try to recreate garage magic on the fabled Bonneville Salt Flats.
We need Sid? We need Sid.
Did the world just fall in?
And the Royal Flush Challenge to get 100 miles an hour from a Royal Enfield single comes down to a rainy racetrack test.
Well, if I was you and you was me, you're going for cover just like me. She got a gun and a loading it down. Get on the throttle and get on the throttle. Get on the throttle. I better get on the throttle. I better get on the throttle and get on out of town. Yeah, me and a honky tonk, come on. Hit a bottle and forgot about my honey. Lady of the night had her arm around me. Didn't want my wife said, where's your ring? Get on the throttle. I better get on the throttle. I gotta get on the throttle and get on out of town.
The four electronically controlled superbikes flirted with 180 miles an hour. If you wanted to go fast, and I mean very fast, you bought a Vincent.
Vincents were a British V-twin motorcycle. They also made singles in the 1940s and 50s that were the fastest motorcycles in the world until 1973.
They quit making them in 1955, so they're pretty rare. Started Vincent Works about 4 years ago, full-time. It's something I enjoy doing. I enjoy restoring the bikes and riding them. Project bike I'm working on is an Igley Vincent. A man named Fritz Igley in the 60s decided to make a better frame, a more modern frame, and use Vincent motors. There's quite a few people that are surprised about Dolores, Colorado. It's kind of in the middle of nowhere, and when they come and see, you know, 15, 16 Vincents in a place that they'd never heard of, it's kind of surprising. Some of them come in a lot of boxes, just little pieces. In the 60s and 70s, nobody knew how to work on them, and you couldn't get parts for them like you can today. And people took them apart and just put them in boxes and put them under the bench and forgot about them. Back in the day, they used to take Vincents apart, put them in Volkswagens and small cars and ride the rallies.
Vincents were old school engineering. They were beautiful. They had wonderful castings on them. You could just stare at one for hours. A lot of people I know who have Vincents tell me next to riding them, they like to open a six-pack and sit in the garage and just stare at them lovingly.
The Vincent uses the engine as part of the frame, as a stress member of the frame, which a lot of Japanese bikes do now, but they were doing it a long time ago. Need to make some headlight brackets. Stock ones won't fit. Everything's new on it. It's you got magnesium cases. It's got a 5-speed. It's got an electric start, a modern generator alternator, a Ducati front end, forks and brakes, and Olin suspension, so it'll handle like a modern bike and stop like a modern bike and still have the character of a Vincent.
Yeah, there are some people who are going to look at this and say, how dare you tear apart a Vincent? They're so hard to come by. But if you rode a stock Vincent and then rode an Egley Vincent, 5 miles would tell you that the Egley is a superior machine. No doubt about it.
They said we wanted to float in rubber and not hit any metal. A Harley headlight bulb.
Sam has entered uncharted waters somewhat by building this incredible cafe, the Egley Vincent. And I think he's going to get two reactions on the bike. And one's going to be from the purists, and they're going to turn their head, and they're going to think it's disgusting. Then he's going to get the people that appreciate motorcycles and the handcraft and the design that went into this bike.
I know some Vincent owners that would absolutely hemorrhage if nothing was on the bike that looked like it didn't come from Stevenage.
Oh, I'm sure the Vincent lover is not going to be happy, you know? Yeah, he's not going to be thrilled about the process, but, you know, sometimes you got to shake it up a little bit.
So if you want a nice, classic cafe machine, I certainly will be quite happy to jump on a Egley Vincent and take it for a spin. In fact, I look at modern bikes now, nothing says, take me out. But an Egley, yeah, that would.
I've got offers, people wanting to buy it before we even put the body work on it, so there's people looking for them.
On the next edition.
Lot number 53.
The reserve's 110,000. There's a lot of people interested in it, but nobody's come up with the money yet.
After the break, a father and son test their limits as they shoot for the stars.
And I'm dead out here.
It's completion if it doesn't kill me. Had the battery moved? Not much.
No, it looks good.
Yeah.
On a previous episode of Cafe Racer, we told the story of Matthew and Big Sid Bieberman and how building this beautiful Vincati had brought a father and son together and gave Sid's life new meaning after a massive heart attack. The build was chronicled in Matthew's book, Big Sid's Vincati.
What I've taken away from it is an ability to live life after you feel like you've accomplished something worth doing.
This brought us together unlike we had ever had before. We felt this common act of creation, and it changed us. It changed us.
Some local riders fell in love with it and kept the fire going for me and Sid. And in the book, the only thing that Sid gets to do is watch at Bonneville in 2005. He doesn't get to race. And Sid's alive, I'm still helping him. So we said, why not? Let's roll the dice and go to Bonneville and sort of rewrite the ending of Big Sid's Vincati and let Sid come out on top.
Along with their rider, the father and son team came armed with two different motorcycles, a single named Tina and a twin named Lola.
It's fun. What kind of fun do I can't ride anymore. I can work on them and maintain hours a little at a time. But when I fell over on that last one, I came back to the shop and sat on a stool and cried real tears because I knew I could never do it again. And that cut a piece out of my heart. And it was so much a part of the pleasure that I had. And Matthew has kept me going, and in the last few years building these two. So, and they both sound marvelous.
He is 81 years old, and it's a lot more work, you know, definitely. Matt and I, in addition to having to do the same things that everybody else does when they're out here, we also have to make sure that, you know, that Sid is comfortable and he's getting around okay, and, you know, he's drinking lots of water, and helping him however, you know, we need to isn't a problem at all.
Sid's dreamed about this for a long time. He's been here. He's been here so many times you can't count. And the expectation is higher here for him because this might be the last thing he does.
Is this medicine for me? It's completion if it doesn't kill me.
Okey-doke, let's go.
Go fast in one direction, and if close to the record, quickly turn around and come in the opposite direction. The rules at Bonneville are easy. The execution's not.
Some of my highest emotion has been here, and certainly my lowest. It has no mercy. It doesn't care.
On the way to the starting line, trouble.
And I'm dead out here. It just kind of bogged down when I had to roll off the throttle to turn here. So, and it died. It was fine as long as I was on the throttle on the way out here. So, I'm sure Matt and them have no idea what's going on way out here.
After the break.
We need Sid?
We need Sid.
Did the world just fall in?
Armed with two Vincent specials, Sid and Matthew Bieberman are looking to write their own history at Bonneville. But on their first attempt, they left their pilot stranded on the harsh Utah salt.
It runs great as long as I've got the throttle open. Yeah, I think we'll get a real good run in as long as we can get the bike to start. It's my only fear right now.
Word finally reaches camp that Logan has stalled nearly 4 miles from the pits. And help soon arrives, but minus Big Sid.
Hold on. I want those pegs. Let's find the pegs.
We gotta hurry.
Give me a minute.
Here, give me one.
Man, we needed Sid. Go get it. Go get them.
Tools?
Yeah.
We need Sid?
We need Sid.
Did the world just fall in? You have any evidence? Do they figured out what's wrong with it?
No.
Up against the clock, Sid finally arrives at the starting area.
Well, he has never gotten on it much. You know, opened it up much. Right. So you don't know what the hell is running up top. You know, you haven't ever had it open, but just
Let's try
eighth of an inch. I'm speaking right now.
The iridiums.
You haven't grabbed a fistful ever.
No. I mean, it hasn't. We haven't had it wide open yet.
I'm low I'm weak in the ability to get any reserve of strength back. I get exhausted easily, and I'm on the verge of falling.
He complains the whole way that this is going to be the death of him, and that he'll drop dead on the salt, and we'll cremate him and have some kind of ceremony. Once he gets out here, he's very energetic. I mean, he's out there trying to make the bikes run as much as I am.
Okay, let's go a quarter
I want it
turn.
out all the way.
Okay, out all the way.
You want to try a push start?
Go, 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 go.
The team agrees to stop wasting energy on the single and try to attempt a record on their twin Lola.
And so it all boils down to this. I haven't ever seen anybody ride it fast. I've seen a Matthew go around the block and around here and there, and I hear him go on, and he comes by the house and whips it open, and he goes, whoop. But to see it actually go, wah, that'll be a first for me.
Roger that.
This is initial run. What we wanted them to do was run up to around 5,500 going into the traps and then kind of goose it and see how we do around 6,000. If we're lucky, this bike should continue to pull hard up through 6,002, 3, 4, and, you know, and then we'll come back and hopefully start working off. All right, so, I mean, we haven't had a good day, but we don't want to blow up a motor just because we're going to be stupid. Yeah. Excellent. I'm going to bring the van up.
On the next edition, can they put together 2 successful runs through the famed Bonneville speed traps?
You can only push it so much at this point. I mean, the point is to go and have fun.
Oh, my head is spinning. My head is spinning.
After the break, 3-of-a-kind builders hope for aces in the swamps of South Jersey.
It's hitting about like 80, 85, so we're hoping maybe cheat a little bit without telling anybody.
The idea for the Royal Flush? Simple mission. Make a Royal Enfield single do 100 miles per hour.
Absolutely not. They'll never make 100 on an Enfield.
I don't know where the idea came from. Maybe been too many Guinnesses in one evening, but we thought it'd be a great idea to move the bike around to different builders and have each one use their specialty, be it suspension, engine work, paint work, make the bike look and go faster.
And Loaded Gun was first at bat with their engine work. Porting and polishing the engine helped to bring in more air and therefore more horsepower.
You can see on the bench how much metal we actually got out.
Kevin also went out on a limb by adding a power commander and an auto tune to get even more punch from this retro-inspired commuter bike.
Again, nobody's done this, so we're kind of in a situation where there's nobody we can call or no manual we can look at.
Spannerland was next with a complete revamp of the suspension.
My fork kits, they take all the old stuff out and put in new stuff. Now you use shim stacks, you use variable damping, and what my products do is basically incorporate that technology into the form factor of a vintage bike and keep the outside looking the same.
45 pounds of useless metal later, the bike was taken over to the boys at J&B Custom for the finishing touch.
You can make anything go fast, you can make anything look beautiful when, you know, sky's the limit and there's no budget. Reality of it is, you only have so much time, you only have so much money, so.
And that brings us to Jersey Motorsports Park, where Team Promotions invited Blake Kelly to test the Royal Flush Enfield at speeds up to 100 miles per hour. Can he do it? We're gonna find out. I'm gonna finish my report from over there. I was even closer to dumb.
Find about a 5-mile downhill straightaway. Get a wind behind you and just hope at the bottom of the hill you get near 100.
Like one shop isn't bad, but 3 different shops, everyone working on it, could get scary.
Yeah, there aren't many motorcycles, brand new, that top out at 82 miles an hour.
The ton was the goal. It was the mark set. You got to hit the ton. It's just all there is to it. If it doesn't do it the first time, you go back to the drawing board, damn, you make it do it again.
Oh man, that's a neat bike. It got us going, you know. We don't usually see that kind of bike coming around too much. So everyone gathers around, the crowd's all looking and seeing it. Blake's out there running that thing, and it's a ball to watch.
When I was a kid, this was the thing that guys were racing. And to see somebody out there on a spoke bike, you know, it's just awesome. I wanted to follow them around. I wanted to check it out.
Well, you got a 67, guys. What do you think?
Oh, should have hit him with a fly swatter. We need to go down farther.
It's not even broken in yet, is it?
No, it's only got 300 miles on it.
Low miles means lower speeds for the Bullet. Blake has a plan to squeeze more speed out of the bike.
It's hitting about like 80, 85 going down the straightaway, and it's wet, so we're hoping maybe cheat a little bit without telling anybody. So they didn't have this back in the day, but we have it.
Add a little bit of high-octane race fuel, and the ton gets even closer.
The handle's awesome. I think I'd rather have the handle in there than the top speed. The just gets 90 and pegs. Maybe put a little bit of air in the tires and something.
And maybe some more help from upstairs, you know. So, but 91.
I don't know about 90 plus. I'd have to really think about that. Take a closer look.
Guys, I saw mid-90s on there a while back. Right here at the end of the braking zone, which is not bad. What do you think, guys? It's like 10 miles per hour up on what he had before, you know?
Yeah, it's probably not too shabby. I mean, it's a lot to ask of the bike no matter what.
Yeah.
And
you made a soup can handle, dude. From what it was and how deathly 85 was on it before, it's a 95, but it handles like a, dude, super bike. If we had a little bit more straightaway, dude, we had everything against us. It rained all day, like, they're coming on the streets just caked with water. For what it is, it's spot on.
Without cracking it open and, you know, really getting in the internals, you know, you are limited on what you can do. It's great on the back roads, I'll tell you that.
It's reliable. You know what I mean? That's what you want for a street bike. The looks are there, suspension's there, you know what I mean? Like,
right there.
5 more mile an hour would have been sweet, but it's still a success.